Sex getting stale? Try these 5 naughty sexual positions this month. Hello. My name is Beatrix and I'm a sex therapist. My goal is to make getting close to someone less scary. I'm here to make you laugh and give you the courage to talk openly about sex and relationships so you can have more fun in the bedroom. But first, let's get this out of the way. It's not your fault if your sex life feels a little, well, disappointing. A lot of sex tips only talk about what happens between the sheets, and most relationship tips never talk about what happens in the bedroom. I talk about both, though. Your relationship doesn't change magically once you're both naked. No one wants to go to bed with their partner after arguing about the right way to hang the toilet paper roll. And if you can't remember the last time you had sex, it's hard for your relationship to feel solid. My work in these videos are the perfect mix of teaching and doing. I give you the basic information you need and then show you how to use that information in a step-by-step way. I'm not going to give you a bunch of interesting facts about the clitoris but not tell you how to make it feel good. Are you ready to make your sex life much better? Okay, let's be honest for a minute. What would you say is your craziest sex fantasy? You might picture yourself and your partner playing with rope and tying each other up, acting out a scandalous situation, getting into impossible sex positions, or having sex in public. All of these are examples of kinky sex, which might surprise you. Some people may hear the word kink and think it only means fetishes or intense bonding. But what many don't realize is that kink covers a wide range of sexual interests. There are many ways to explain what kink is, but the most common way is to say that it has to do with power play or fantasy. Role-playing, different levels of bonding, BDSM, dressing up in costumes, and exploring other kinds of fantasies with your partner are all examples of kinky acts. In 2022, virtual sex, dom/sub play, bondage, and anal play were some of the most common kinks. Even though kink used to be seen as more of a bad thing in our society, more and more people are now willing to try it out for themselves. If you and your partner want to spice things up in the bedroom but don't know where to start, here are some positions to try right away. Before you get started, if you're interested in trying kink, there are a few important things you should know before you do. You might find something you really like, or you might find something you don't want to do again. When trying kink, it's important to listen to your body, trust your body, and talk to your partner. Before you try anything new, talk about what you both want and what you don't want. This is especially important for the things you don't want. Consent is always important, and this is true when trying out different kinds of kinky sex. Coming up with a safe word between the two of you is a common way for couples to play kink, especially when it involves bonding or restraints. Whenever this safe word is said, everything must stop right away. When you and your partner use any kind of bondage or restraints, make sure they are easy to take off in case someone gets nervous after being tied up. Bonding and rope play that is more advanced should only be done if both of you know how to do it safely. Have fun and look around. Trying new things brings you closer to yourself and your sexuality, and it also brings you and your partner closer together. 1. Heels overhead. This one might take a little bit of stretching, but it's worth it. Spread your legs wide and let your partner grab you by the ankles to lift your legs toward the sky. Think of the happy baby pose at the end of a yoga class, but make it more kinky. This is a more dominant and submissive position because the person on the bottom is letting their partner hold onto them and control how they move. Some people think that this new move is weird enough. But if you want to turn it up a notch, you can have your partner hold you down with some fun handcuffs or a light rope. Tip: when looking for a rope to play with, you should always buy one that is made for bondage. These ropes are a lot softer and won't hurt your skin. Putting on a blindfold. So this isn't a specific sex position, but experimenting with a blindfold in bed is a gentle and fun way for newbie kinksters to get their feet, or other things, wet. Taking away your sight for a while makes it easier for you to use your other senses during sex. Not only will every little touch from your partner feel more intense, but some people find it very exciting to not know what will happen next. Some popular positions to try with a blindfold on are spooning, doggy style with a blindfold on the receiver, and giving your partner oral sex while the blindfold is on. 3. Leaning on the bed. Some people might not think this one is as kinky, but it's a good place to start exploring kink because you can do a few different things with it. You can start by having one partner lie down on a bed, desk, or even a counter while the other penetrates them with a toy, their penis, or their fingers. If you and your partner both want to do this, you can do it and still enjoy the thrill of trying something new. This is especially true because this is another position that feels dominant without being too scary. There are some things you can try if you and your partner want to play and try new things together. You can have the person in the back use their hands to hold down their partner or even try to tie their partner's hands behind their back. This gives the person in the back a chance to really be the dom. This could be a great position to try if you and your partner want to play with light slapping or something like a toy whip. 4. The giraffe. This oral sex position is great for people who are just starting with kink because the person giving oral sex is lying in a new, more vulnerable position while the other person stands over them. This dynamic can be exciting on its own, but you can make it even more exciting by having the receiver blindfold their partner or lightly tie their hands together. 5. Arms and/or legs are tied to the bed. Light bonding is a good way to get to know kink. There are several ways to do this, but the most common is to tie one partner's wrist to the bedpost behind them. If they want to try something new, you can also do this with their ankles. Most people do this with sex rope, but beginners shouldn't use rope unless they know how to tie the right knots for an easy release. This is in case you start to feel nervous once you're completely held down. We can usually relax and enjoy the process more when we know we can get out of the knot quickly at any time. If you're just starting, you should wait on the rope and use something like these silk restraints or this beginner bedroom restraint kit instead.